Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to, I don't even know which version of the instructional video on, 6 maybe? 5, 6? Something? I can never remember between these. In the last video, we were showing the operation of how the loader works, how it loads up the logs onto the trucks, and how we unload them once we're out at the mill there. So this video, we're going to be covering the operation of wood chipping. So this right here is the Chimera, whichever one you want to pronounce it. This is the wood chipper now. So basically what this is it's a mobile unit with a wood chipper automatically built into the front, so you don't actually have to attach anything to it. As soon as you hit B, or sorry, you have to hit O to unfold this little pipe at the top here, and then as soon as you hit B, the little spinners come on. As soon as you walk over a pile, you put the head down into the ground, it'll actually absorb all these chips. So these are the little pieces we cut off from the processor there. So it'll actually absorb all these little chips here and eat them. And then when it eats them, it actually stores them inside the machine as wood chips. So this one can hold a lot. I think it can hold up to like 200,000 wood chips, which is an extreme amount. But once you get logging in the bush, that number really doesn't seem very high after you've gone through enough piles of these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to knock down a couple trees here so we get just some extra chips. Because I want some more example pieces for you guys. There we go. Beauty. Right on. Okay, so that'll be good enough for our little demo pile here anyway. So we turn our head back on. Now these lightly absorb the whole tree. It's kind of glitchy, but it's just the way it works for the system. So we go into it, it'll actually eat the whole tree, which is good for our demo anyways, because we need a lot of wood chips for what we're about to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pile. So you got this little kind of a goosenecky head on the front here. It's got a pipe that fires the wood chips out of it. Oh, there's another piece we can clean up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a pile right here. So if you hit Control-I, it'll start firing those wood chips out of the front and make a pile for you. So you can direct it around by moving the head to change your unload angle. You can also drive around to make the pile more further or backwards or whatever you want to do there. You can watch your chip count in the bottom right. You won't be able to see it on my monitors, but on yours you'll be able to see it. Your chip count will slowly drop down until you get all the chips out of the system. I usually bring it down so it's not quite empty and then turn it off so that I know it is off. Otherwise, next time you start chipping, sometimes the chipper starts firing the chips out right when you begin chipping, which is not ideal. So, and we can actually build a bit of a bench here for our loader. That's kind of what we're doing here. Takes a little while to get these chips out, but once they're out, you definitely have good access to cleaning all that up. And we're down to 10,000. We're almost there. Just actually put a few more over here. And there we go, right out. And then I hit Control-I no matter what, just to make sure that their machine's off, so the next time I go to cut, it doesn't make a big mess. So that's basically the essentials of this thing. Beautiful little chipper. I was really happy with the way it turned out, and it's a blast to run around the bush with. Creates some nice piles and gets you all ready to go. So this guy, this is the Amarok, which is our shovel loader. Basically, you can use it for any kind of silage, wood chips, anything in the game. It holds 7,500 in the bucket, so it makes for some pretty good turns if you're trying to fill up trailers and stuff like that. The bucket's rotation has got, it's pretty much, I don't know, it's got a really good degree rotation of it. It's probably about 110 or something degree rotation or something like that. Somewhere around that range. With this bucket, I've designed it so that you can actually shimmy the wood chips out a bit. So with that top, you can actually just shimmy the pile like that. It'll get caught up in the bucket, but you can just keep shimmying it out if you want to make like a bit of a landing here, which I'm trying to do kind of half-heartedly. So what I wanted to do is basically make a little landing up here for when I'm doing my wood chips so that my truck can just park right beside me and I can load right off this hill. Now, ultimately, we're going to be eating into our pile a little bit as we go, but that's fine because we're just doing a demo here anyway. But normally what I'd do is I'd build a little landing like this, an edge, That way when the chip truck comes underneath, you can just easily load on top of it. You can load it from the ground, but this is way easier. And then what I would do with this wood chipper is, as I clean the block, I would just keep adding chips to this side of the pile, and then you can just keep feeding them. So we're just going to tab down to our truck. This is called the Pegasus. The Pegasus is a fully fledged chip truck. So it has manual tipping on it, so as you raise the blocks, oops, I gotta fix that. It kind of goes a little too high there. Kind of goes off there, but this is in beta still, so bear with me. As you raise it, it has collision walls in the box as well, so you can put wood chunks in there if you want. You can fill it full of logs if you really wanted to. But it fills up with chips. It's got a manual tilt, so you can manually dump it. You don't have to push Control I or X or anything to unload the fill. You do that automatically just by raising the bucket. It starts dumping them out, which is really handy if you're doing any kind of in-bush kind of stuff. So I think you'll find it to be pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up. This truck I haven't fixed yet. It's kind of got some suspension issues that I forgot to change before I did this video, so hopefully we can still manage it and make it work. So what I would do is park it right about, well, you want to get like decently close to it. You don't have to be like right in it, but the closer the better. Oh, here's my suspension issue here. So I have to like go uphill to make it go downhill. It's so bizarre. I don't know what's going on with that, but I will fix that before this comes out. Okay, so let's park it right about, that's probably all right there. It'll probably slide a little bit because it's a very heavy vehicle. That's a little bit far. Like, normally this is a really wacky kind of spot. I mean, another way you could do it would be to back right up to the pile. Actually, I might do that just for this video, just to show both ways. So you can side load or you can back load. I usually back load pretty much everything these days. So what I would do then in this case is back right up to the pile like this. And right about, well, we don't need to be that close, like right about there. That's probably good. So then as we load the chips in, this thing's probably going to slide because it's very heavy. I haven't fixed that yet. As you load the chips into the back, you got a really nice view of how far you have to drop them. This kind of style makes it really easy to load them without having to do any kind of extra work. So let's see what we can do here. Scoop this. So we get 7,500. This thing holds... Can't remember how much it actually holds. I think it holds 55,000, I think. I think it's going to be 75,000 by the time it comes out, though, so we're not going to fill it right up because I don't want to completely wreck my pile here. But we'll get a couple really good scoops here and really give her. So you notice as I start to chip away at my own pile, normally I don't usually do this. I usually pile more chips. But as I chip away at my pile, I'm ruining kind of my base for what's supporting us on this hill. So let's see how much we can get in here. This thing loads very different angles. So it's kind of fun to watch all the different things that occur when you're loading. All right, let's back it up a little here because our hill's gonna start disintegrating on us. Yeah, no, bucket operation. I mean, sorry, I didn't really explain that. Bucket operation, like you said, when you're doing bucketing, it's pretty casual. You know, stick out. You want to do a decent scoop. One thing you'll notice about this machine is there's no collision on the box, so the bucket will actually go into the ground quite a bit. This allows you to get way better scoops. It does have a collision, so you can't go all the way into the ground. It will lift you eventually. But for the bucket, at least it gives you a long range of play to have. And I think that's our last scoop because our hill is going to be gone if we do another one here. That's good enough. Yeah, so, I mean, it does really nice scooping. It picks up quite a bit. You know, you can really kind of play around with it. Get used to the control style. Just make sure you curl your bucket nice and tight before you extend it. Once it's extended, you know what's over top of it. Then you can do your drop. Because I see lots of people in videos that I've watched, their bucket will be like really far down, and then they spin, and it starts dumping out as they go, and it just makes a big mess. So make sure you keep your bucket curled till you're over top of that piece of equipment. Don't get cocky and try to be all heroic. See, we kind of chipped away our hill here, but we still got a little bit of one. Anyway, so there you go. Fully loaded, or maybe not fully, but pretty darn close to fully loaded. This sucker goes right down to the mill, so we're going to take it for a quick tour down there. bring it on down to the mill, and then we're gonna unload it. And I'll show you exactly where you unload it on my maps. Some places have tipper spots where you can drop it that way. This one, in this case, has... Well, it's got two. So it's got this silage one here. I've never actually... I think this is more for the fills, or for the tippers. I don't know. I've never actually tried that. Let's test it right now. So if we raise the box, it'll automatically start dumping just on our own. Oh, see, they don't take wood chips here, so we don't do that. So my wood chip piles are over here. Into this little zone here where the chips are kind of spilling out. So anywhere within this zone, I usually back it right up into here. And as you actually tip it, you'll see it doesn't actually come out right away, but it takes a second. But as you start to pour it, then your money will start going up. Now, if you go all the way, it'll just do one big massive tip and dump it all out. The higher you tilt it, the faster the chips come out, obviously. And then just drop her back down, and she's good to go for another load out in the bush. Just like that. Very simple. That's basically the operation of filling these up, putting chips, cutting them all up. All this stuff's included in the V12 pack, so it'll be really easy for you to just grab and follow along with the video if you want to learn how to log. And I think we're going to make loggers out of all you guys. So, other than that, I don't think there's really too much other operations I got to cover. There's a couple other machines I might go over, like the yarder. The delimber is just another version of the processor. Yeah, pretty much it. Fueling, I could go. Okay, so I'll do one more episode after this, and we'll do the yarder and we'll do fueling as well, just to show you kind of how that works. Okay. All right, okay. If you liked the video, leave a like. If not, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.